go back to your house if you're feeling so frisky. It's nice foreplay, but you know. Well, I do a few different things, but the main thing is to look at kissing, think about it, talk about it, listen to others and their kissing experiences. First of all, whenever you see a couple who's really a couple in real life and then they're in this, you know, public moment and a media moment, whether they're on a step of repeat or a red carpet, and there's so much going on and, you know, the lights are flashing and people are yelling at them, over here, they've got to also take that moment to do something memorable. So again, being a little provocative or a little randy is the way to do that. And they tend to do that with their tongue kissing, right? Their sort of pointed tongue touching like pencil tips. And they do it on a regular basis, you see that. And I think it's just about a little bit for show because, you know, Cardi's definitely an outrageous, fun performer. And she's known for her personality. She can be, you know, very shy and very sweet, but then she can also be really intense. And she's got a lot of great energy. And then her relationship with Offset, I mean, they've got children and, you know, they clearly have, you know, a family life happening, but they also have a little tumult. And so sometimes maybe that spills over into these public moments where you're seeing, you know, the craziness of their lives. But then sometimes, like a couple of the kisses, you know, can be very sweet and very intimate. So you know that there's a tenderness and a real love between them that exists in their lives. So, you know, some of it is show, and then you catch them in a moment where there's a little bit more intimacy, where you see their interplay as real people as opposed to media personas. I love this couple. I think that they're a really good match for each other. I mean, you know, apart from the fact that they're both beautiful and so talented and musical, you know, they both she was from Barbados. I think his family's from Barbados. They have a lot of things that make for a nice commonality and connection and everything. And I love those shots of them because it seems like it's actually unguarded moments where they're at some bar, they're relaxed. You know, it looks like there are bodyguards around them. So it's not as typical as like two young people out on a Saturday afternoon. They maybe had a cocktail or two and they're feeling yummy and lovey and they're cozy to each other and they're kissing and nuzzling and canoodling. That's kind of like how I felt. It was just like any normal young couple who were out on a Saturday afternoon and had a drink or two, and they were just feeling, you know, yummy and frisky with each other. And I loved it. It was like almost like a natural moment. It was a natural moment of public people in a public environment, but you felt like this is them as people as opposed to on a red carpet. On one hand, I never want to be, you know, critical of people expressing affection for each other. But, you know, there are lines that are sometimes crossed. I mean, there's one thing when you see a cute couple kissing on a park bench, you know, and nuzzling on a park bench. It's another thing when, you know, they're maybe sprawled all over each other. They've got hands, you know, up the shirt or down the pants. I mean, it is a public space. You know, there are other people walking around. And it's not just about younger children, you know, although that's part of it, but, you know, other people might just sort of go like, oh, that's a little bit much, you know, they get a room.
Right.
So I think that, you know, we know instinctively when we've crossed the line, you know, and again, I don't want to ever be judging people for expressing affection, but I think that, you know, there's just a level of, you know, when do you pull it back a little bit and not go so far over the edge, you know? I have to say, I love these two. These two are a hot number. And I was like, they could actually go the distance, these two. There's some combustible, beautiful energy happening between them. They just seem so wonderfully compatible. And not just because they're young and beautiful and they, you know, they've got these gorgeous bodies and they're coming together and they're beautiful musicians. They just really seem to have something very solid and very connected. They seem very grounded in many ways, and they seem to have a maturity about them and a maturity for their love and their relationship. And because of that maturity, it gives them license to have fun.
We saw like on Twitter and stuff, you guys saying stuff about the way we're kissing and how it looks weird, like we kiss like fish.
Yeah.
And
really hurt our feelings.
We just want to show you how we really kiss.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they get a little social media heat. You know, Camila's been getting some social media heat about her curves when she's in a bikini. And so she might be shutting down, you know, the haters, and good for her because she's an absolutely gorgeous young woman. And I think that they've also probably gotten a little heat about their affection for each other because they've performed and, you know, they sing this gorgeous song, Señorita, together. And there's always like this sort of lead up to a potential kiss and whether they actually kiss or come so close to kissing. They know how to get the audience super charged up. So I think that kiss is just them having a good time, having a little fun at their expense, and poking a little bit at the bear of people who've been sort of a little bit dismissive or making some unnecessary trolley-like comments at them.